Bourbon, pure Kentucky gold. Some people drink it, others cook with it, and then there are some who just enjoy the bourbon experience. My name is Chaz and I live in bourbon country. Join me as we hit the trail in the heart of Kentucky. This is Bourbon Living. Welcome everyone to Bourbon Living. My name is Chaz. I'm your host, and I'm here at the Louisville Marriott East for the Valentine's episode. And many people are calling this the world's first bourbon hotel. They've got imagery everywhere that's bourbon related. And on top of that, they have over 200 plus bottles of bourbon. And Chef Ryan makes great bourbon infused food. So we're going to take a tour of the facility, and then after that we're going to go hang out with the chef, and we're going to eat, drink, and have fun, or as they say here at the Louisville Marriott, stay, sip, and savor. So let's hit the trail. The Louisville Marriott is a bourbon lover's dream stop on the Bourbon Trail heading toward Lexington. The hotel is filled with bourbon items everywhere from art to vintage photos. You'll notice as you tour the Marriott, bourbon barrels everywhere. And I mean everywhere, even in your room. Well, after taking a tour of the hotel, it's great to finally make it into Chard, which is an excellent restaurant, and we're here with Chef Ryan, and he's going to tell us about all this great food that is bourbon infused, right?
Yeah. Right here we have what we call the Kentucky Blue. We call it the Blue because we serve it with a local blue cheese, and obviously bluegrass is a well-known name for Kentucky. The dressing is where the bourbon comes in, and it is a bourbon molasses vinaigrette. I believe bourbon and molasses go together like coffee and a cup.
And you all make these?
Yes, we make everything in-house.
Now let's talk about the salmon.
This is a grilled salmon. We have a bourbon gastrique with mandarin oranges and grain mustard. Wow. And this is served with a broccoli puree and a fondue of Napa cabbage and red onion. And fondue simply means to melt, so it's not something that's liquefied or anything like that. But a big, big favorite here at the hotel. Now
let's talk about this dessert. This is, it's got to be fat-free, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, that Alsatian light-free butter. It's actually German chocolate cake. Wow. And German, a lot of people think German is from Germany, but it's actually named after a man by the name of Germain, or Germain. And we did it with, butter toasted almonds, bourbon infused caramel, and bourbon infused cherry sauce with a little bit of cinnamon.
Wow, it looks, I mean, it's incredible. The presentation alone is beautiful. You've done a great job on that. But then on top of that, it's infused with bourbon. So now let's talk about your favorite bourbon and this drink right here that you can only get here at the
the Blackberry Manhattan. That's actually Chris Thomas. He's our AGM and food and beverage director. But basically it's muddled blackberries served with, and at this point he uses a Jim Beam product, but I like to make it with Booker's because I like a little bit more heat, my favorite bourbon. But you can make it with whatever bourbon you would really like. So it's basically a Blackberry Manhattan with your choice of bourbon.
Now let's talk about the bourbons here, because not only are you all like the world's first bourbon themed hotel,
yeah,
you all have, I think, the largest amount of bourbons I've seen anywhere. You all have got how many exactly?
I think we're what at 200? Yeah, we're
way over 200.
Yeah. Well, we're over 200, but we have at this point on our menu, because of consistency reasons, you can't always get the bourbons, right. And we didn't want to be like everybody else and have them and on our menu and not have them to serve, right. Because people have Pappy, so we try to keep Pappy, but if the Pappy is gone, the Pappy goes off our menu.
So, you know, the cool thing about the hotel is people can come here, you know, since this is our Valentine's episode, people can come here and they can get a true bourbon experience, because when you walk in, the big expanse, the big red walls, how does this feel for you as a chef? Because this is something that is very unique than anywhere else.
Well, as a French trained chef, I like it because most of my recipes, I just replace it with the cognac, and I use the bourbon the same way. So I really like braising with it. I like making my lobster stock. I use the bourbon. It actually works out really, really nice. So at first I was really excited to come here because my first time to Louisville, but because I love bourbon. And then when I started working with the bourbon, I find that I drink a little bit less because I'm working with it so much, and it's, you know, I don't have time, but I love the opportunity to work with bourbon in Louisville.
Well, for more information about this hotel and the show, please go to the website bourbonliving.com. Of course, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you have a question for me that I can pass along to the show, or to me about the show, send it to me, Chaz@bourbonliving.com. So, Chef, I think it's time that we have a drink, and I'll see you on the trail again real soon. Cheers.
Cheers.